Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Ryan from Learning Works for Kids, and today we are starting a Let's Play of Astroneer. We did one video on Astroneer before, kind of like a first reaction, where we just kind of played around and did some stuff, but I've learned a little bit about the game, and I realized that this is a great game to do a Let's Play with. You can progress over time, you can build a lot of things like Minecraft, you can think while you build a lot of different contraptions, vehicles, and stuff, so I thought, why not go at it and make it into a series? The series is probably going to be a 15 to 20 minute episodes of our journey in this wonderful new planet that we'll get placed on. So you know what, let's just go. If you haven't heard of Astroneer or seen Astroneer before, it's basically kind of like a Minecraft type game. It's a sandbox type game where you're placed on a planet and basically you just have to survive. And I guess let's just go at it. There's a bunch of different things. You can make space stations and a bunch of crazy things. You'll see in a bit. So we just got thrown to this planet. It looks like yeah, there isn't really names or anything. It's all about exploration and kind of finding the right fit for yourself. So we're gonna press tab, hop out, and look at where we are. This planet seems pretty cool. So when you start, you basically have this tool. You press E to take it out. It's basically to play with the terrain. You can left click on the ground to dig in. I believe you can hold Alt, yep, and left click to build up. If you hold Control, you can flatten area. Like if I wanted to make a base around where my pod landed, I'd want to do what I'm doing right now and kind of flatten area. But as you may see, this does require some power and stuff. So I'm gonna hang out next to my pod, gain a little bit of power, and get to it. So first thing I want to do is basically flatten out a bunch of this land. I want some room to build some stuff, just like Minecraft or anything. The first thing you want to do is kind of make a home base, and especially in this game where you can always come back. One of the major gathering resources in this game is this stuff right here called compound. We're just gonna grab some of it. What's really cool about this game is you can just gather whenever you want. This tool that you use to build land and sink land in, you can also use to gather and place stuff. It's a really universal tool, which is pretty awesome. So this game is all about getting used to your tools and being comfortable with what you have as well. Just like in real life, if you're going to art class for the first time, you've never used a charcoal pencil before or something, you just gotta play with it. You just gotta draw with it, draw on a bunch of pieces of papers until you're used to the tool. It's the same with this gun or whatever it's called, this vacuum. I don't even know what this thing is. Look at it. Some type of machine. Okay, so as you can see, I gathered up some compound, and you'll see that some of it went on the back of my my little tool thing, and some of it went on my backpack. Once you get enough to go on your backpack, this is like your inventory. This bar in the middle basically says how much power you have, meaning how much you can use your tool to gather up stuff. Up here, these are your gathered things. Like I got a full stack of 2 compounds, so I can do stuff with it, and I'll show you in a bit. First things first, compound, you can do a lot of basic things with it. First being make solar panels. Just like in Minecraft where you can kind of craft in your inventory, this kind of has a similar thing for a lot of basic things. Like I'm going to do that right now. If I click this middle button, it'll turn one of my stacks of compound into a solar panel, which I can then put on my backpack to kind of give me power on the go. Awesome. So you can see it just added it right to my inventory. We're gonna do another one. You can carry up to 2 solar panels, I believe, on your backpack. And yeah, so if I press Q again, you'll see now I have little solar panels on my backpack. So if I'm walking out and about and the sun's out, I'll have enough power to kind of do whatever I need to do. The main resources that you want to be paying attention to is basically power and oxygen. You really want to be focusing on those bars at all time. Keep an eye on them. No matter what you're doing, the oxygen bar is that blue one right above my backpack, and the power one is the bar that just emptied out in the middle of my backpack. The oxygen one's a bit more important because it helps you survive. If you don't have oxygen, you're going to start losing health. But the power is pretty important too if you're trying to do something like I am, where you're trying to flatten land or gather resources. You realize that you need power. There's not sun out right now, so I really don't have any resource for power besides standing next to my space station, which gives me a little bit. Some goals for this episode is kind of expand this space station a little bit, this pod. Maybe make a battery so I have more power and I don't have to worry about it. And yeah, you can save the game by hopping in and out of your space station as well. So let's go back over here. Let's gather some of this compound. Even though it is nighttime, doesn't mean we shouldn't stay productive, you know. So we just want to keep digging, get all of this. We're probably gonna flatten over this land again, and then just pretend I never dug here. The flattening land feature in this game is really cool. You can kind of just grab one leveled area and then just drag it out. For example, if I hold control click right on the ground right in front of me and then I move it outwards, you'll see it'll just build land at this level. It's pretty awesome. If you're someone that like me that likes to get creative when they're building, the tools this game gives you are very awesome. Okay, let's see what's going on. So the sun's coming up, I think. It's been a nighttime for a little while. You know, let's go exploring a little bit. So I have a little bit of compound on me, which is enough to do some basic things. I'm gonna walk all the way in this direction. Normally you don't want to wander off too far from your base without some type of resources or anything, but I see oxygen out here, so it kind of gives me a nice safe feeling. So if I get too far out, I can just come back to this little oxygen resource bubble. I don't know what they're really called, ore mines, something like that. I don't want to see too much. I'm really looking for things like compound and resin. Compound and resin are basically the two main ways to really start building in this game. A lot of the beginner resources start with things like compound and resin. My health is getting low. Like I said, you want to focus on your health bar. So I'm gonna go over to this little thing over here. Ooh, there's a cavern. Okay, I can use this too. If you see little blue specks on the ground, that's basically oxygen. So you can just use your vacuum tool to suck them up. Same with yellow little things around. They'll give you power. So, oh, what is this? Resin. Awesome. So I started with compound next to my base, and I said the two main resources that we're going to be using early are going to be resin and compound. And look at that. Found compound right next to my base, and now I found resin right next to my base. We're going to grab a bunch of this, and we'll head back and we'll start building something today. Okay, cool. So we go. Is that all of it? You want to make sure you get all of it. I think that's all of it. There's a little bit over here. We'll grab this stuff too and head back. You can eventually build chest type things and stuff with resin and compound to store all this extra stuff. I'm getting low on health. On oxygen, so I'm gonna want to turn around soon once I gather up this stuff. It's a lot of it. Okay, oh, it just keeps appearing. Okay, I'm out of power. Oh, this thing's right here. Yep, like I said, you see the yellow dots, they give you power. So let's grab the rest. I think that's it. I don't think there's any more. Yeah. Oh, okay, I have too much resin. I need to get oxygen though. Oh, I was not focusing on my oxygen enough. I'm coming. Yeah, as you can see, once you get low on oxygen, you start suffocating. Luckily, I have this thing right next to me to give me a little oxygen. Then we're gonna head back to home base. I can see there's more resources in front of me as well, so that's pretty cool. I know I can come back in this direction if I want to go get some more resin or anything over there. Oh, right here too. Is this more resin? Wow, there's a ton around here. Okay. Hopefully it becomes daytime so I get power for my backpack soon, but we'll just start expanding our base while it's nighttime. So, the first thing you want to do when you're expanding your base is kind of pick a direction to build in. I'm thinking maybe I'm not going to do anything super fancy. We're just going to extend this. How you build your base is basically you just make an extension. And there you go. So, you grab one of these little ends right here, and then you can kind of move it outward. So I'm going to do that again. Awesome. So it used up some of my resin and it made a nice little base. I'm going to flatten the area around here too to kind of make it a little more even so we can work without having to deal with mountain type things. Okay, cool. Okay, so now I have two kind of two things coming off the side. When I first played this game, I made the mistake of building right on top of these, but then I realized that you have like a limited amount of little extension poles that can come out of this base. So what I'm going to want to do right here is actually extend these farther. You may be wondering, what is he doing? He's just building these extension things and they're little platforms. What are they? I'll show you in a bit, but first things first, I want to make a little bit more land for me to play with and then build this out even farther. So we're going to flatten some area around here and let's build this out. So we're just going to build it this way There's no method to my madness of how of like the direction I'm building these or anything. I'm kind of just building them outwards, and here you go. Okay, so I built 3 little extensions for my pod, and now I'm gonna basically build a platform so I can work even more on that. I'll show you what I mean. So I'm gonna put 2 resin up here, and look at this. So now this is kind of like a platform to make a working station or to make some type of device, or it's basically help me advance. This will allow me, if speaking in Minecraft terms or something, this platform allows me to make like a crafting bench or something, so I can make different things. So I can make like a researcher, a smelter, a vehicle bay, a printer, and you'll see that these require different components as well, like compounds or aluminum or copper, things like that. We're gonna come over here and extend this one as well. We want to leave a lot of room so we can kind of do whatever we want. Awesome. Flatten out this ground as well. It's like a rock here. It's a little inconvenient, but we'll work with it. Okay. Yeah, and if you ever get lost, when you walk away, your home base will have this little home icon, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, well, so I think the plan was today just get some basic things down, and we've already done that. We've gotten a platform over here and one over here. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna build on top of this as well. Actually, you know what? We need a little bit more resin, and then we'll start building some actual machines and stuff like this. Is this compound or resin? Okay, this is compound. Still not the worst thing in the world. Grab it. Okay. You know what? Let's walk over to that other platform we made and see if there's anything useful we can make with compound, because it seems like I have a lot of compound on me right now. I've been using resin to make these little extensions, but we'll see if there's any machine that we can make with compound. Eventually, we're going to want to make kind of every machine, so it really doesn't hurt. You know, we'll make one of these, a smelter. So I'm just going to click on the compound and then click on the button up top to craft it. And now we have a smelter. So just like any other game, we need to give this power. And now that we have a smelter, there's a lot more things we can do. If I have a lot of things in my inventory as well, there's these little side, for example, there's these little things I can do with my stacks of inventory. I can place them on the side of the machine as well. So let's scroll through here. I want to make a battery, it looks like. So I need lithium. Tethers, they're useful. I'll show you what they're for. You know what? I'll make some tethers right now. Tethers are there's one main essential thing in this game that you want to carry on you. Just like in Minecraft where you want to carry like a like a pick at all times. In this game, what you really want to carry at all times is tethers. Tethers makes it so you can get oxygen and head it out when you start traveling. So, for example, we'll just start making some tethers. I'm gonna press T and place a tether right here. You want to make sure that line is connected. And well, now we're just gonna head off towards where we were initially gathering, that cave that we saw a bunch of utilities and resources. So we're just gonna basically want to make a tether line. Making a tether line will make it so we have a bunch of oxygen to go out and keep adventuring and not really get blocked or anything. So you'll notice that I'm getting the oxygen from my base from these tethers. So it's really good for exploring. You definitely always want to carry a bunch of these on you. So let's place this down. Let's place this down over here. And yeah, this is might as well gather this resin right here. Yeah, we'll probably head back and we may end the episode soon. This episode I really just wanted to show you guys the basics of the game, what it's about. I think I did that this episode with you guys. I showed you how you can kind of build out your base, how you can build things like platforms. Oh man, you see that? It's a sandstorm. This game has a lot of crazy things like sandstorms in them too, so you have to watch out for them. So we're gonna try and get back to the base. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end the episode hiding from the sandstorm. You definitely want to take cover when sandstorms are happening or you get hit with a rock or something. It's not always the funnest. So we're gonna hop in here, save the game. Hope you guys had fun watching today. This has been Learner vs. Kid, the Let's Play of Astroneer. Today we really focused on just kind of learning the game, learning a lot of the basics. Things we mainly learned is we need to focus on our oxygen, we need to focus on our power, and always keep an eye on them. This game is a lot like Minecraft or something where you want to be very explorative. You want to not be afraid to go around, gather resources, but not forget where your home is. And yeah, next episode we'll probably do a little bit more. We'll probably build some more stations, build some batteries, and just keep progressing the base. If you guys want to see me do something specific in this game, or if there's any other games you guys want me to make a Let's Play series of, leave in the comments below, and hope you guys had fun watching. See you guys next time. Bye.